What's up, you guys? I know I'm a little bit late with uploading One Piece chapter reviews, so I'm going to try to catch up in this video. I'm going to try to keep it short and brief. So in chapter 854, we have Jinbei and Nami reuniting with Chopper, Carrot, Pedro, and Brule in the Mirror World. Also, in this chapter, I just find it funny because Big Mom's crew and family think that everything's under lock and key. They think that Luffy and Nami have been burned alive like Opera lied to them. And they think that Chopper and Carrot have been captured by Brule, that Pedro blew himself up, and that Brook has been captured, and that Sanji's asleep in his room. They think that all the threats have been neutralized, and all these rumors of escaped prisoners are, problems in these other sectors are just, rumors and, unsubstantiated lies and everything like that. And they think everything's fine. And that's funny because they are so close to everything falling apart only in a couple of chapters in the future. And this is because some people just can't tell the truth, and some people are just awful at their jobs. The soldiers are awful at their jobs because they didn't check to make sure that Sanji was asleep and that it was Sanji sleeping in his bed. They just assumed that the lump in the bed was Sanji and that he was asleep. Opera failed to tell his siblings and tell the other crew members the truth, that he didn't watch over the prisoners. Granted, you don't want to die, but you're going to possibly die for this one, because he would have been better off telling them the truth and them being able to send out, Sweet Commander Smoothie and the other Sweet Commander Katakuri to deal with this or to correct this. And he might have been reprimanded a little bit or punished or something like that. But if Luffy and Nami's escape and Jinbei's rescue of them ruins this whole wedding plan that Big Mom had, you're going to have to worry a lot more about them being reprimanded or punished just a slight bit. Your failure to admit that you couldn't watch over them screwed up the whole plan. You are literally going to die this time. Also, I think Montdior is the only one that's reasonable out of them. He actually didn't trust Opera's words and warned some of the guards to watch over Opera until the morning. And I think Montdior is probably the only one in there that has enough reason and smarts to think everything's going a little bit too perfectly, and Opera's just a little bit too enthusiastic to, proclaim how good he did his job, I guess. Also, I think in chapter 855, I'm flipping back and forth with these chapters because I can't remember all of it too well. It's been like 2 weeks. In chapter 855, we have Nami, Jinbei, Nami, Jinbei, Chopper, Carrot, Pedro trying to rescue Brook from Big Mom, and we see the terrifying power of Prometheus, Zeus, and Napoleon just squashing a fly, and how gigantic Big Mom is, and how impossible it seems to rescue Brook. But after, 3 different plans to rescue Brook, they finally managed to sneak him away from Big Mom. And I just think, for number one, in my last video, for I think chapter 853, when I was talking about Napoleon's ability and how I said Napoleon might not be a combat homie and he might not have combat abilities and he's more of a censor. No, this just been thrown out the window. Napoleon can turn into a freaking sword. So, just kind of threw my theory out the window. Just threw it out the window and just stomped on it, and I don't know why. I try to predict things in any future chapters anymore. But I think that would be pretty cool to see how Big Mom uses Napoleon in battle, to see her swordsmanship skills. Also, we saw Big Mom use Prometheus and the ability Heavenly Fire, or the attack Heavenly Fire. Now, I just want to say that, in my opinion, her homies Napoleon, Prometheus, and Zeus aren't that powerful. Now, in Big Mom's hands, they are powerful. Now, alone, they're pretty strong, But I wouldn't say they're unstoppable or unbeatable. We've seen in chapter 854 that Brook injured Napoleon, Zeus, and Prometheus a lot more than they actually expected him to be able to. And Big Mom was on the verge of calling them pathetic, but then she congratulated Brook because that's the first time they've actually been injured. Now, I'm not downplaying Brook's abilities and his strengths. We also have to consider the fact that his Dug Fruit ability was very effective against homies. But in my opinion, Brook is not, one of the top strongest fighters in the One Piece universe. And I just think at this point, if Luffy, is, able to recover and, eat Sanji's food and, refresh himself, I think Luffy would be able to beat Prometheus, Zeus, and Napoleon quite easily. Or at least give them a fair fight and then beat them. Mid-difficulty. Now, is Luffy able to take care of Big Mom at this point? Still no. I still don't think so. I don't think he would. Luffy being Big Mom at this point wouldn't make a lot of sense. Now, maybe we have to see a couple of chapters because clearly nothing is going as Big Mom's crew and family think it is. All the Straw Hats that they think are captured are actually roaming around and causing a lot of mayhem around there. We still have the fact that we haven't seen Sweet Commander Katakuri. Also, we still don't know exactly what the Vinsmoke family is thinking or how knowledgeable they are of the current circumstances. As far as Big Mom knows and their crew, the Vinsmoke family is oblivious to the fact that they are going to be riddled with bullet holes on the wedding day. The only person that knows that they are going to possibly die is Reiju. And she really doesn't care too much for the rest of them. Now, in the future, I'm still thinking there's a possibility of an alliance between the Vinsmoke family and the Straw Hats. It may be a really reluctant alliance or something along those lines, but, I think in the next 5 or 10 chapters or so, I'm not sure how far ahead, maybe the Vinsmoke family and Judge Vinsmoke, he's going to understand just exactly how screwed they are in this scenario, and that Luffy and the rest of his crew and the Vinsmoke family, they're not going to be possibly able to escape Big Mom's territory unless they team up together to escape or at least take down Big Mom. Now, I think Luffy and his crew will have a lot more bargaining power, in my opinion. Also, we have Brook, who actually managed to get a copy or like an imprint of the Poneglyph. So that's one of the things. So we have Brook doing his own thing. We have several other things that still need to unfold. Big Mom still believes that Pudding is a crucial part of her plans because she warned Pudding to not get hurt in any critical fights or anything like that because she's still valuable and still needed for the plans. So there's a lot of stuff that still needs to be explained. Now, this video was not perfect. This is just pretty much a rushed job, a rushed explanation of the past 2 chapters and my thoughts on them, but hopefully I do a better job when this week's video comes out or when this week's chapter comes out. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Bye.